Hi everyone, I'm back here again with my newest, even though I've had her before, my newest addition to my collection, this gorgeous little Manuela kit. I'm still blown away, even after having a sleep, you know. The novelty has not worn off. You'd think it would because I'd already owned her, because she was, of course, once mine. But what I wanted to talk about, just briefly, because I don't want to take up all your time, is how you pose your baby to make a lovely photograph, which everybody is capable of doing, honestly. I do believe that a lot of us just think too hard, just think, you know, get bogged down with it, with lighting, with what they're wearing, with all sorts of things that aren't necessary, when the key to a gorgeous photo invariably is to think messy, you know, to think dishevelled, to think movement, and to just pay attention to little details that you have going on in the foreground and the background. Some mobile phone cameras, I'm not going to be talking about DSLRs or, you know, the mirrorless cameras that there are about now. I'm favouring a mirrorless these days. I have a Sony, but for just snapshot photography, which we can all do on our mobile phones, some of the editing facilities on that will allow you to blur the foreground, blur the background. You know, it's actually quite wonderful what a mobile phone camera can do. And, you know, to get the best out of it, it literally is a couple of clicks. But that aside, if you're not using any editing at all, then just a snapshot of a baby that looks like she's just moved or he's just moved, that looks like baby is sleeping peacefully but in an awkward position. Babies sleep in awkward positions, folks. Don't try and do portraiture. That isn't what is required. Some of the most beautiful pictures that there are just snapshot pictures, an in the moment picture where, you know, baby is resting, but, you know, not stretched out. For example, this little girl that I haven't named yet. I do have quite a few names fishing around in the background, and I haven't settled on it yet. I will get there. I'm sure a name will drop. I'll drop from the sky at some point. I'm hoping it's soon, but I want a name that feels tiny, elegant and beautiful. Not much of an ask. So how do we pose baby, and how do we take notice of the foreground and the background? Well, it's quite simple. Blend your colours, you know, for example this, and I'm not saying this is an exceptional frame for a photo, I am not saying that. I'm saying that, to me, the image that you are looking at now, for me, would be a nice picture. It would be a nice picture to have as my background on my phone. This is my taste. It's the way I'm looking at it. You might be looking at it totally different. So you set it up to your eyes, you know. But keep in mind at all times, keep it messy, keep it relaxed. Now what I've got here is this gorgeous muslin that came with baby yesterday. This wasn't mine originally. Jade very kindly gave me this, as well as a lovely sage green one, which also would have blended with this. But what I've done is I've blended the colours in this with another simple muslin that I have stretched out. She's on a cushion, so you know, underneath this is a cushion so that she bends in the middle slightly, and we can have her remaining in that position and not falling out of it. And I do have this lovely butterfly cushion that I think I got from Etsy. I'm not sure how long ago. but I got this from Etsy a short while ago. So look out for those unusual pillows and cushions, and you know, look at blending your colours with your muslins, because you know we can achieve a lovely photograph with cheaper items, you know, such as a butterfly shaped cushion, which you know are designed for newborns. It's a lovely little headrest thing, but the pattern on this is absolutely delightful. It's very reminiscent of Mrs. Maggetto, and we have like little rabbits, or a little rabbit lady sitting on Half Moon, and we have some, I don't know, sprigs of leaves and muted rainbows on it, and I just think it's a lovely design. You know, lovely fabric. And on the other side, it's just plain like velour with dots, raised dots on it. So anyway, I put that behind her head to lift her forward just a little bit. Her hand resting on her chest, because of the way the baby is, to me is a must. I want to expose that hand. I want to show that hand because it's just so relaxed. And all I've done is I've placed her in and then just let her fall naturally. And that's how she's naturally fallen. If I just take that off, that's how she's naturally placed herself, if you will. As I placed her on, that's how she ended up. And it was just perfect. And all I did was bring this further on by covering a little knee, but still exposing a bit of sock, so that you can see both legs. You can see she's lying utterly relaxed, and very, very real looking. And seriously, that's all you've got to do too. Just think relaxed and dishevelled, and you know, you'll get the movement that looks like it has just happened when you take that snapshot. Anyway, I'll obviously revisit this in a longer video, but for now I just wanted to you know, sort of glance at it for you. Seriously, don't think too hard, just think relaxed, dishevelled, and movement. Make baby look like she or he is moving or has just moved. If you're going for portraiture, then I would advise you have a look at the baby portrait artists that there are on Instagram specifically, and have a look at the pictures that they're coming up with and copy them. Copy the pictures that you see on in baby photography on Instagram, because there's some fantastic ideas that they have. And, you know, with the aid of blankets and props, you can hide the props and you can get some lovely portraits if you want to go a stage further, which I don't particularly want to do, though those head and shoulders pictures where their little heads are propped on their little hands, I love that, but I'm not necessarily too keen on I don't know, a baby in a basket or a baby in a bucket. That's just not for me, you know. It might work with older looking babies perhaps, but it's just not my thing. I just like replicating this sort of thing over and over again, and it pleases my eyes, you know. So like I say, I still do not have a name for this little puppet. She is absolutely incredible, and I'm still kicking myself. If I just take her hat off just briefly so that I can show that she has beautiful painted hair. I don't think you're going to be seen from that distance, but she does have beautifully painted hair and an amazing shaped head. I am a fan of painted hair, full stop. Painted hair in a photograph always looks real to me, depending on how well it's been done, of course. I mean, obviously, if you've got a painted hair baby where the hair looks like it's been done with a Sharpie, that's not going to work. But yeah, I just like this painted hair and good painted hair that's been done, you know, really well. So that was just a brief look at the top of her head, because I do think she's going to rock a hat, though I won't shy away from, you know, showing that she has painted hair, because as I say, I really like painted hair, because there's so much really poor routing out there, even on high-end babies. I'll look at some of the routing on even the, you know, the most expensive, and I think, no, that's not doing it for me. Again, personal preference. But I really do like a painted hair baby, because there's so much less fuss. So much less fuss. And they still rock it with a bow and things like that, because you can still see the hair. And I love this little curl here. It's very reminiscent of a mama. Yes, there was a little girl with a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid. And yep, that used to be, that little rhyme used to be told to me as a child. Anyway, I don't know what they were implying. I thought I was just good all the time. Anyway, I will leave it there. I will add links at the end. Should you want to spend a bit more time with me, you are always welcome. And of course, I do have the Facebook group. By all means, shoot me an email for the code for that. I will leave the link for that in the description. And I hope you all have a lovely Friday and a wonderful weekend. Bye guys, from me and little No Name. I do need a sweet name. One hasn't appeared yet, but I'm sure it will. Okay guys, bye.